So, this used to be my nonprofit, and I used to have a P.O. box, and they have ended. I don't have a P.O. box, and I don't have a nonprofit anymore. And that started in 2016 or 17. Anyway, things became impossible to have a nonprofit that didn't make a lot of money or get a lot of donations. And I just wanted to say, I did ask the sheriff's department if they could use me as a speaker or in some way. I did spend a year every Saturday for 2 or 3 hours at the Silver Comet Trail talking to people about the buddy system. And this is the only time I put Fear Thou Not on the calendar. After this, I put buddy system and in pink. But did it matter? I didn't hear back from anybody. Nobody said, "Oh gee, what are you up to?" And I don't have the connections that some people had, so I didn't go to churches and speak, because what church would use me? I'm an ordained minister, and this is the west side of Atlanta, and there aren't many women ministers preaching from the pulpit on the west side of Atlanta. There just aren't many, and a lot of people are less than helpful. Now, what year was this? Was it 2009? I don't see a year on it, but this is something you can look at if you want to. But that's when Gary Gullidge was the sheriff, and they had a SWAT team already with machine guns. And what else? That's about it. I don't know what year this is. I don't see a year on it. Ask and write and don't give up. And sometimes you have to be a nuisance and write often and call often if you want opportunities to speak or to be part of making a change. They put $100,000 into cameras on the Silver Comet Trail, and they call it prevention. But if it's prevention, why is it crime still happens in Walmart's parking lot? They have cameras. Every year I gave my father and my father-in-law one of these calendars. It cost me $75. They were not free calendars, but I gave one to both of them, expecting that one day they would see the value of it, that I was talking to women about the buddy system. And they never gave me donations, and they didn't talk very much about encouragement. They just said that they didn't have anything like this, that nobody was giving them a big calendar like this anymore. So anyway, both my dad and my father-in-law had calendars that they would give to me at the end of the year. And they would be from the Heart Association, the Red Cross, all of the charities out there that are already getting huge amounts of money. So I never figured out how to ask for donations. If you can figure out things like my fee is for a speaking engagement or singing or any kind of service, if you can think of something to say to people to get a donation, please tell me. We need your money for the education of women. So there's only one pink spot on this whole thing. And I want to tell you that I paid $75 to have that little ad put on there for over 7 years. And never got a speaking engagement, never got donations. Nobody went to fearthounot.blogspot.com and made comments. And more people had heart attacks on the Silver Comet Trail than people who were assaulted on the Silver Comet Trail. It's a much safer place for people who want to go somewhere and not be hurt. But if you have a heart condition, even though it's only 2% grade, you need to be careful, have enough water, and take care of yourself and don't overeat. There are several magazines, journals, articles, whatever, for men in hunting, fishing, scuba diving, skydiving, and male-oriented things, but not for women. We need to change that.